Hello and welcome back to another Warhammer 3 video we have today. CA has posted a blog post on the next update for the game. It aims to fix 3 major AI issues. As many of you already know, the bugs have been around for quite a while, hence why the DLC got delayed, and now they're focusing on just updating in the meantime. But with all that said, let's dive into the details on what they're planning to fix. There are 3 key issues they want to address in the future update, and number 1 would be idle armies on the campaign map. That's when the High Elves of the Empire or most factions, once they take out their neighbors that are enemies, they'll kind of just sit around their settlements and not do anything. Number 2 would be Chaos Dwarf recruitment issues, especially their higher tier units not being recruited because of the bugs we've had similar to the Lizardmen and Tomb Kings. And then thirdly would be the Goldfag idle AI campaign behavior. He does this kind of sit there the moment he spawns and doesn't really make alliances or really enemies and kind of just chills there. Before they break down the update in this post, they do go over their different levels of confidence on all 3 key issues. Some issues they definitely have a workaround for and they're going to fix it in the next update like 100%. And some others they're just going to keep us updated and the goal is to have it in this next update. So the first thing they go over is as things stand today, idle armies is something that we have a positive outlook on. The issue itself is presently believed that it could be a complication of several different issues, all conflicting with one another and causing the bad behavior that many highlighted across our communities, where you see multiple armies staying around settlements and not taking any direct actions in your campaign. That is probably one of the biggest issues facing this game is the idle armies. Because you'd expect, a lot of Warhammer 2 it wasn't perfect, but you'd have high elf invasions or dark elf invasions. Like the enemy across the map would make their way to you eventually, But yeah, we're going to continue reading it, try to see what they're gotta say. We've looked into address these problems. We discovered the ways the campaign AI is prioritize defense too aggressively, a lovely bit of Friday irony there for you. A specific issue with the vampire counts that often saw them get tied up in odd recruitment logic, similar to what we've recently tackled with the Lizardmen and Tomb Kings, and instances of factions who sit idly surrounded by allies, despite having a valid enemy targets in more distant provinces. We also started to invest the complements of cowardly diplomacy AI, where if an AI faction isn't presently at the war with anyone, it languishes around settlements instead of engaging with all the tools in the toolbox. There is no guarantee we have a solution for this last one in the next update, but we are looking for it and we'll keep you updated on the progress. Like I said earlier in the video, a lot of these some they have really high confidence for and some not so. In spite of the complicated web of problems that contributed towards some of these remaining campaign AI issues, we presently believe that fixing the issue detailed above will significantly reduce, though likely not entirely remove, instances of idle armies from recurring in your campaigns. Testing over this weekend through the next week will start to paint us a better picture of how effective our changes are proving. Initial tests are showing a positive sign. We are very early stage of testing, and we're not out of the woods just yet. So again, I would expect this when the update comes out because clearly it's not coming out this month. Like I said, probably first or second week in November. Onto the second issue they'll be looking at is the Chaos Dwarf recruitment. It's showing a similar sign of early improvement. We've observed that they hadn't been recruiting higher tier units on a consistent basis, as some of the other changes we've developed are giving us early indicator that we are starting to see some success in changing that. As other idle AI issues, there's a lot of testing to do here to give us a better idea how successful we've been in this space, as well as need us to diligent about checking that we haven't introduced any new unintended behaviors from our initial limited testing, but we are progressing in a positive direction here. So what I gathered from that is that it's going to work, it's going to get fixed. But they're not unsure that, if when they do fix this, it might cause other problems with the recruitment, or maybe the Dwarfs only recruit high tier units so their army still takes like 50 turns to build. We'll just have to wait and see. And the third key issue, they move on to finally Goldfag has had their campaign AI reviewed, and now has started to show consistent interaction with campaigns of all 3 key issues listed here. This is one where we're most confident we're currently making a good improvement on, but can still require a lot of more testing and plenty of careful study of Goldfag's impact in the campaign. Basically, hopefully he's no longer, like I said earlier, just going after basically an army or 2 or just staying where he spawned. Hopefully they actually feel like he's actually on the map doing something. As of today, he's properly attacking and expanding his territory through we've had a few early tests that raise concerns that he's prone to enter a state of mega bonk and can often be found as quite a menace for anyone within reach. Making a change to Goldfag to get him active is a good first step, and we're going to be doing some further balancing as part of the process to ensure it doesn't get out of hand. I've never heard of the word mega bonk before, so I'm just going to safely assume that Goldfag is working like normal. Well, they fixed him, but basically because he's a neutral character, kind of a mercenary, anyone goes on his land or does anything kind of wrongs him, even in the slightest way, he just goes out and attacks them. So I'm going to say that that's probably going to get fixed when the update rolls around. And then they move on to, then they move on to other fixes and improvements they've also been looking to make in 6.34. I'll call out right now, our testing is largely focused on new campaigns. A lot of confidence we have today is born from testing in this condition. We do have access to plenty of other saves where these types of issues are occurring, but we're currently finding that the AI struggles to resolve itself away from its bad behaviors on existing campaigns where these types of problems are already present. Building out these fixes will allow our existing saves to convert into a healthier state. It's likely something from a distant stretch goal for us, and we're currently forecasting that it's to make most of the improvements that we're looking to make in the next update, a new campaign start, and likely provide the best possible experience. So to sum that up, it basically means when the update rolls around, it's safer to do a new campaign than, expect, your turn 70 or 80 campaign to magically have the AI issues fixed. But that is also pretty typical when they do these updates. It's always for a new campaign, which sucks, but as long as they give us a date, it will be a lot better to, kind of time your campaign. And on top of having the 3 key issues that they want to do for the next update, they have other things they want to add as well. So here's just a small list of them. Iron Man mode now autosaves when a mission is issued will protect progress in multi-stage missions. You may see more autosaving as a result. The second level, the World Pain skill for Lords, now given increased cooldown, as is the third level up for the Hero Vision. Occupying the Oak of Ages as Warriors of Chaos now provides the correct building if you're currently on the settlement. As Warriors of Chaos, it will not automatically be updated, so you'll need to reoccupy it after losing it to the enemy. Sequence of the Hardened Scales now correctly applies Master Kretzigors. Blade of the Blood Queen, Hargnarth Executioners now correct melee attack. Hideous Visage, trait provides Fear's Terror as well. Oxyaddle's Inner Sanctum building now corrects the benefits. The big name Noblar Kicker correctly unlocks the Noblar Flingers in your army. And lastly, Cave Painter Follow can now be equipped to Gulkveg Maneater, Camp Tyrants, and Paymasters. And the last of it, there will be further updates and amendments be looking to make progress through our testing. So do expect firmer comments from myself to community as we regroup from the weekend and return to our scheduled live streaming next week over Twitch and Total War Live YouTube next week. So yeah, a lot of big updates in this. Nothing too crazy, but with the AI is mainly the big thing. Kind of odd they're telling us all this, and they're also saying that it's not all set in stone. So we'll just have to see these next couple of weeks. I do believe November 4th we get the first look at the gameplay footage of the DLC, so that's exciting. And from what I think it will be around November 6th we'll see any of this is their goal. But they also said don't lock that date in. It could be moved. Let's hope this gets done fast. I think I got good faith in what they have showed off so far. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what are these changes you really like. What is a future fix you want to see while they delay the DLC just to get the game in a stable state. And thank you for all the support, and I will see you in the future.